Yazi ibuhlungu ngempela kodwa ngiyathemba ukuthi ukusibona sifika la sizokweseka kuyakududuza.
Sibonge.
Yebo ma.
Uyangitshela Mpho ukuthi usunamadodana amawele.
Yebo ma. Mina nginamadodana amabili. Kodwa umyeni wami yena unezingane ezintathu.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of Adulting Season 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 8 picks up at the Thembe homestead, where Bonga's family is preparing for his father's funeral. Bonga's uncle arrives, but he is kicked out after suggesting that Bonga sacrificed his own father. The gents arrive soon after to support Bonga and immediately start catching up, with Eric being forced to bring in Ncumisa, who continues to misbehave and disrespect her granny. Eric tells the gents about how he has his hands full with Ncumisa, who is becoming as stubborn as her mother was, and Ncumisa's attitude was on full display, with Eric being forced to monitor her most of the time. Eric encouraged Bonga to recall his uncle so that he can help with the traditional funeral arrangements. Bonga's uncle returned, but him and his nephew continued to clash over the arrangements. Bonga was trying to give his father the best possible send-off, whereas his uncle insisted on settling for the way things have always been done. Zelda and Zithu also arrived for the funeral, but she was still visibly angry with Mpho. She confided in Bonga's mother, who surprisingly encouraged her to forgive Mpho and keep her family together. Mpho later snuck into Zithu room and made a passionate plea for forgiveness before they hooked up. Meanwhile, the funeral arrangements continued to stall, with Bonga ultimately confronting his uncle when the corpse arrived in an old jalopy that had broken down before even reaching the entrance. In a heated exchange, an angry Bonga accused his uncle of taking shortcuts and pocketing most of the money he was given for the arrangements. Bonga was so angry he didn't even notice Nkanyezi amongst the guests till she came over to calm him down, telling Bonga not to let his uncle get to him. Bonga was able to gather himself and delivered a beautiful eulogy as he reminisced about their time together. The episode ends with a shocking revelation after the funeral, when Nkanyezi introduced her new man to Bonga, who was somehow able to stay emotionless. I'm surprised Bonga was able to keep his cool, but if you pay closer attention, you'll notice Nkanyezi was wearing an engagement ring when she first calmed Bonga down. I really think she chose the worst time to reveal that news to Bonga. She's had some opportunities before, and I think she would have had some opportunities after. I don't know how she can come to her ex's father's funeral with her fiancé. Bonga's growth has really been amazing to watch. I specifically loved when he acknowledged his brother for staying and taking care of his mother, while he was able to build a life for himself in Jozi, and you could sense his brother felt left out when the gents arrived. Bonga and Eric have clearly established themselves as the moral compasses of the group, but I do feel like Vuyani's storyline has been neglected this season. It looks like Mpho and Zithu are on the road to reconciliation, and I wouldn't be surprised if the season ends with Zithu finding out that she's pregnant, because this season they've had a lot more sex scenes together, and it's something I think they were foreshadowing with Zithu asking for them to make another baby. Now, I initially thought this was the season finale, but it looks like we're getting an extended season of adulting. The show is pushing beyond last season's 8 episodes, and I'm here for it. We'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.